Now, for other weather-related news, the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana is still dealing with that historic flooding. Many residents have been told to evacuate, and several have lost everything. Here's our Justin Jaggers, who is in Baton Rouge.
I'm actually standing on Park Street in Ventress, just north of Baton Rouge. This is near the False River, and this is what the river has brought. This is a residential kind of vacation community. Lots of rising water levels coming out here right now, and the problem that they're seeing is there is a sewage pond not too far away from here, so some of that sewage is seeping into the waters behind me. This is not safe for drinking. This is not safe for wading in and walking around in right now. So these residents are in actually what's called a voluntary evacuation area. The Baton Rouge Fire Department is urging people that if they think they can get out safely, they need to go on and do so. Part of the problem that they're seeing is their resources are already strained, and those people that kind of waited out that decision whether or not to evacuate have now found out it's too late, and now they need rescue now. So this is an area, if you can leave, they need to go on and leave. If you know somebody in the Baton Rouge area that you think might need to evacuate, please urge them to do so. There's plenty of relief centers open. There's in downtown Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge. I've seen a dozen of them throughout my trip here. I'm not as familiar with this area as some people, but we have seen plenty of help being offered to these folks that are being evacuated. And if Memphis wants to help, there's a website that you can go to. It's called volunteerlouisiana.gov. That's a special state website that's been set up for people that want to donate money, donate goods, and even if they want to come down here and donate their time. Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5. That's absolutely right, Joe. This morning at 10:48, a call came into Memphis police involving a 3-car crash. Now, one person was pronounced dead on the scene, and 2 others are left in critical condition. We go now to video sent into us by WMC Action News 5 viewer Michael McDonald, who sent us drone video from the accident. One person involved in the crash was pronounced dead on the scene. Another woman was taken to Regional 1 Medical Center in critical condition. Also in the crash, a 4-year-old child was sent to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, where they continue to fight for their life. Drivers in the area expressed their concern about those involved and would like to see something done about speeding along Walnut Grove.
I use Walnut Grove every day to go to the University of Memphis, and I would definitely like to see a little bit more speed enforcement.
That was heartbreaking, you know, to see somebody else lose their life in Memphis, Tennessee. We have so many deaths in Memphis. Yeah, I hope the 4-year-old will be okay.
Now back here on Walnut Grove, traffic is back to normal after being shut down for over 3 hours. We will continue to keep an eye on the conditions of the victims of this accident and keep you updated with the latest. Reporting live, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.
And that is where WMC Action News 5's Justin Jaggers is live with what we have learned in the last 30 minutes. Justin.
All right, Kanji, I don't know if you could hear that just a second ago. There was either flashbangs or gunshots. I heard about approximately 2 or 3 bangs. Police are forcing people back away from the fence right now. This just happened moments ago while you were reading that intro, and we're trying to find out more. Obviously, this does have some of the community kind of on edge. We're still in the 2900 block of Jackson in West Memphis, where, as you can see, there's still a large police presence. Police, sheriff's office, medical, and crisis intervention are all here to bring the standoff to a peaceful end. But here's what we know right now. Sheriff's officers were trying to serve an eviction notice to an attendant this afternoon. I'm being told that the suspect's name is Henry Johnson. He came to the door and was that's what started the with a gun. Sorry, he was holding a gun when he came to the door, and that's what started the standoff scene that you can see right now. I spoke to Patricia Johnson, who tells me she is the suspect's daughter. She is pleading with her father right now to end this standoff with police. So, I mean, anything you want to say to him right now?
I mean, if he in there, I just want him to come out and, you know, just give yourself up and just talk to him.
Now, I've been told by a construction worker here at the apartment complex who said the suspect told police, if you want to shoot me, then go ahead and shoot me. We are hoping that is not the outcome of the standoff, but we are working to find out more and keep you up to date with the latest. Live in West Memphis, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5. Chopper 5 is hovering above Jackson, Tennessee. This is actually the northern part of Jackson, Tennessee, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this crime scene and this TBI scene that has resulted from a shooting earlier today. What you're looking at across your screen here is Bryan Field Drive. Now, if we zoom in, the crime scene is actually set up on Bryan Field Cove. TBI agents seem to be very interested in this SUV right here. It's kind of hard to tell exactly the make and model of that SUV, but it's a dark-colored SUV. This is where the crime scene is set up, and across the street, you can actually see a couple of one TBI mobile command post and then one police mobile command center, and along with several other agents and police that are on the scene. Now, we're going to be keeping an eye on this scene as long as we can today and keep you up to date with the latest. But for now, above Jackson, Tennessee, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.
In the city, our Justin Jaggers is in the area covering that investigation from Chopper 5.
Chopper 5 is hovering over the Triple S Mart in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where dozens of protesters have gathered in remembrance of Alton Sterling. The Triple S Mart, of course, is the scene where Sterling was shot and killed by police in a struggle that took place Wednesday morning. This is at the intersection of Fairfields Avenue and North Foster in Baton Rouge. Thankfully, everything looks peaceful for this afternoon while protesters are gathered and some holding up signs for the passing by traffic. I'll zoom in just a little bit to get you guys a better view. Chopper 5 will be over this scene periodically throughout the day, and we'll keep you updated from the skies. For now, reporting about Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.
Tasha, we're now going to check in with Justin Jaggers. He just saw a big development on the scene there. Justin, what's going on?
Kanji, right now, it's kind of hard to tell with everything that's going on from this distance in Chopper 5, but we did see several officers move in. They appeared to have the subject to the ground. This situation might have ended in the past few moments. We're hoping to find out more. We're trying to get the best view that we can. We have been pushed back twice from the scene thanks to a TFR that was issued by the police to try and keep us away and make this, prevent the situation from being worse. But we did see several officers move in and possibly tackle the subject and hopefully get him into custody. We're waiting to find out more information and get confirmation on that. But for now, above Mississippi, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.
All right, Ron, new here at 10. Deputies say a man tried to level his neighbor's home with a backhoe when a feud got out of control. WMC Action News 5's Justin Jaggers shows you the shocking damage and the thing that set it all in motion. Justin?
Well, Joe, this is definitely a feud between neighbors unlike anything we've ever heard. Shots fired, 2 arrests, and a home destroyed by construction equipment on an otherwise quiet street in Drummond, Tennessee.
Don't know why. They've never had beef with him. No explanation. My dad built this house.
Sammy Higdon's brother has to live in a camper next to what used to be his home. The end result of a feud Tipton County investigators say got out of control. First, deputies arrested John Higdon for reckless endangerment after he allegedly shot into the woods behind his home. Higdon claimed there were 5 prowlers dressed in ghillie suits, much like the one shown here. He thought that the intruders were employed by his neighbor across the street. Deputies didn't find anyone in the woods, but within hours of John Higdon being taken to jail,
This man over here decides to come 2 o'clock in the morning, comes over here at 2 o'clock in the morning with a dozer, a tractor, and start pushing the house down.
He run the tractor through both bedrooms where the beds sit.
investigators say the man at the controls was neighbor Edgar McClellan, now charged with aggravated criminal trespassing and felony vandalism. Investigators say the backhoe was found parked on McClellan's property, along with pieces from the damaged home. I visited McClellan's home to get his side of the story, but no one answered the door. The Higdon family is waiting to talk to investigators and a lawyer.
Man, I still don't know what to believe.
I mean, I ain't ever seen nobody can go push somebody's house down. I want answers. And I want him to pay for the damages, what he's done.
Now, both men are out on bond and awaiting court dates. Detectives are still investigating this incident and expect to file additional charges.
In weather, WMC's Justin Jaggers reports from an area that we surveyed damage at.
Now, this neighborhood was hit pretty hard from Monday's storms, and cleanup is expected to take several days. Trees down in the road in Memphis. Exploding transformers in Bartlett. And trees down in Marion, Arkansas, all damage left from Monday's storms. No one was more shocked than Judy Pirani, who came home to this tree leaning on her house.
Well, I was a little panicked because I thought, it had broken through the roof. I think I'm going to be all right. I don't think I've lost anything.
But her mother, who lives just 3 blocks away, wasn't so lucky. These pictures, sent to us by a friend of the family, show large trees that have fallen on her home and even damaged some of the windows. Thankfully, this community has neighbors willing to help.
A lot of people, that have someone to help them and some power saws and stuff, they've already cleared up quite a bit of it. Just a great little neighborhood, and everybody walks around here, and we all know each other. So, it's everybody checked. The police came by to see if I was okay, and, a lot of people in town. So.
Now, crews are expected to take all night and work to restore power to customers. If you have a power outage or a down power line to report in your area, if you live in Memphis, you need to call MLG&W. That number is 901-544-6500. Or if you live in Mississippi or Arkansas, you need to call Entergy.
Happening now in Louisiana, historic flooding and dramatic rescues, and even more rain is expected. At least 2 people have died, and the governor declared a state of emergency. WMC Action News 5's Justin Jaggers traveled all the way to Baton Rouge. Tonight, he spoke with native Memphians living there who now find themselves homeless.
You hate to see it under these circumstances, but neighbors have been helping out neighbors all day in this Baton Rouge community. The flooding in the area has caused this community behind me to be evacuated, and the residents have sought shelter elsewhere. But for one former Memphis family, the hospitality and assistance hits very close to home.
It's underwater. It's gone.
Tonight, Amanda Franklin and her husband are homeless. She and her husband, Eddie Franklin, moved to Baton Rouge after he was transferred for work. But they're not worried about where they'll be sleeping tonight.
Everyone's really come together for us, for a family, for each other.
While they wait for floodwaters to recede, the Franklin family is staying with their church family. Eddie has been out all day trying to help other residents in the area the same way they've helped him with his family.
People helped us get a lot of our stuff out early. So same thing as we've been trying to help other people get theirs out too.
While neighbors work frantically to evacuate residents via trucks, boats, and even helicopter, the floodwaters are expected to recede starting Sunday morning. The Franklin family will try to go about their lives while they wait for news on their home, and there's just one thing they miss about Memphis.
It didn't flood.
Memphis didn't flood. That's what you miss the most? Now, we're going to be in the Baton Rouge area for the next several days, keeping an eye on evacuations and damage and any other information that we might get and pass along to you. But for now, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.